reporting as ordered, sir.
Have a seat, Private. That'll be all corporal.
Yes, sir.
Private Wilkie, I am Captain Davenport.
Oh, we all know, sir. You're the only thing we got around here. I was in the first detail to put your quarters together, sir.
I'm conducting an investigation into the events surrounding Sergeant Waters' death. Anything you say to me will go into my report. That report is confidential.
I understand, sir.
How long did you know Sergeant Waters?
About a year. March 5th. I remember the date because I had been made staff sergeant exactly 2 years to the date before the sergeant was assigned to us. The company then at that time was mostly a baseball team. And pretty much all the guys on the company, they were playing in the Negro leagues. So naturally they put all of us all together. On the weekdays, we'd be doing a motor pool, a dump truck, cleanup duty around the base. But on the weekends, Saturday, we were whipping the hell out of them on the baseball diamond. I was hitting 352 myself. They brought the sergeant in to manage the team. We had this boy on the team, CJ Memphis. He could hit a ball from Fort Neal to Berlin, Germany, or Tokyo if he was batting right. The sergeant brought in, and he had been in field artillery, gunnery sergeant. He had a choreograph from the First War, too.
So what kind of man was he?
All spit and polish, sir.
Tell me about it.
He took my stripes, but I wasn't in the wrong, sir.
So what about the other men?
Well, some of the southern guys caught a little hell. Sarge always said he was from up north somewhere. I'm from Detroit myself. Joe Lewis started out in Detroit. Did you know that, sir?
What about the Southerners?
Well, Sarge didn't care for him too much, except for CJ. Now, CJ was from the South. The Sarge had treated him different. Maybe because he was the best ball player we had. Oh, he could sing, too. I mostly agreed with Sarge. He's a good man. Good to his men. He used to write home to his family every day. I don't see why anybody want to kill the Sarge, sir.
Wilkie! You know what I'm gonna get that boy of mine for his birthday? One of them Schwinn bikes. He'll be 12. Man, time sure flies, don't it? Let me show you something. The wife let a neighbor take that a couple of weeks ago. Ain't he getting big?
He's all over your wife's shoulder.
Mm-hmm. I sure hope that boy never has to become a soldier.
It's good enough for you.
Nah. I couldn't do any better. And the Army is the closest I figured the white man will let me get to having any kind of authority. Nah. The Army's not for this boy. When this war is over, things are going to be different, Wilkie. And I want him to be ready for it, my daughter too. I'm sending both of them to some big white college, having them rub elbows with the whites, learn the white man's language, how he does things. Otherwise, we gonna get left behind. You can see it in the Army now. White man running rings around us.
You know, most of us ain't got the chance of schooling that white folks got.
That ain't no excuse, Wilkie. Most niggas just don't care. Tomorrow don't mean nothing to them. My daddy shoveled coal out of the back of a wagon all his life. That man couldn't read or write, but he made sure we did. Not having ain't no excuse for not getting.
Can't get P from a rock, Sarge.
You just like the rest of them, Wilkie. I thought busting you would turn you into something. We need to challenge this man in his arena. Use his weapons. Don't you know that? We need lawyers, doctors, generals, senators. Stop thinking like a nigga.
All I said
Is the equipment ready for tomorrow's game?
yeah.
Good. You can go now, Wilkie. That's an order.
He could be two people sometimes, Captain. Warm one minute, ice the next.
Well, how did you feel about it?
Overall, he was all right, I guess. You could always borrow a 10 spot from him if you needed it.
So did you see the sergeant at any time immediately preceding his death?
Well, I don't know how much before it was, but a couple of us had been over at the NCO club. and Sarge was juicing pretty heavy.
Waters drinking up?
No more than most. But, Captain, can I ask you something? Is it true when they found Sergeant Waters that he had all the stripes and insignia on his uniform still?
I don't recall it being mentioned in my report. Why?
Well, if that's so, then something ain't right. Them Klan boys, they don't like to see us in these here uniforms. So usually they take off the stripes and stuff before they lynch us.
Thank you, Brad. I may want to see you again, but for right now, you're excused.
Thank you, Captain. Sir,
Yes.
is there anything you can do about the allotment checks? My wife didn't get hers last month.
There's nothing I can do directly. I mean, did you speak to the finance officer? I'll mention it to Captain Taylor.
Thank you, sir. You want me to send the next man in?
Yes, please. When did you lose your stripes?
A couple of months before they busted up the team, sir. After Sergeant Waters was assigned to us.
You nervous, Wilkie?
I couldn't figure out why you called me back, sir.
You said you lost your stripes for being drunk on duty. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You said Waters busted you, right?
Yeah, he busted me, sir. He reported me to the captain, sir.
How did it make you feel? It must have been awful, right? I mean, weren't the two of you good friends? Did you tell me that he was all right, a nice guy?
Yes, sir.
So then would a nice guy gotten a friend busted?
No, sir.
Oh, so then you're lying when you said he was a nice guy.
No, sir. I mean,
Huh? Speak up. I mean, was Waters a nice guy or not?
no, sir. He wasn't.
Well, why not? Why don't you just answer me? Why not?
Because you would turn a friend in for something like that.
Not a good friend, right?
No, right. A good friend, you would have given some extra guard duty or something. That's what I would have done. Or if you maybe called him a whole bunch of names, but for 3 stripes, it took me 10 years to get those stripes in this army. 10 years! I started out in the 24th Infantry.
Oh, yeah, that made you mad, didn't it?
Yeah, it made me mad. All the stuff that I did for him.
Oh, wait. You said you were his assistant, right? You took care of the team. You ran his errands. You looked at his family snapshots, right? You policed his quarters, put the gun on the CJ's back.
Oh,
No, shut up! Henson saw you, wasn't it, Will?
No.
You're lying. You were lying about Waters, and you're lying now. You were the only one out of your barracks that night, and you were the only one that knew the layout well enough to go straight to CJ's bunk. Waters didn't even know the place that well. Now, Henson, he didn't see who the person was, but he saw what the person did, and he was positive about it. Only you knew the barracks in the dark.
No. The sergeant ordered me to do it. He said I'd get my stripes back. He didn't like CJ. He wanted him to sweat it out in jail. But CJ hit him, and then he had him right where he wanted him. But it backfired. CJ killed himself. Sergeant, count on that.
Well, why did he pick Memphis?
Because he despised him. Oh, round everybody else. He smiled at him. But underneath, he was a crazy hate. He would go cold when he talked about CJ. You could feel it.
He's the kind of boy, seems innocent, Wilkie. Got everybody on this post thinking he's a strong black buck. Hits home runs. White boys envy his strength, his speed, power of his swing. Then this colored champion lets the same white boys call him Shine and Sambo in the officers' club. They laugh at his blues songs. He just smiles. Can't talk, barely read or write his own name, and he don't care. He'll tell you that they like him. Or that colored folks ain't supposed to have so much sense. We were in France for the First War, Wilkie. And we were decorated. But the white boys went and told all the French girls that we had tails. And they found this ignorant colored soldier, paid him to tie a tail around his ass and parade around naked, making monkey sounds. They sat him on a big round table in the Cafe Napoleon, put a reed in his hand, a crown on his head, a blanket around his shoulders, and made him eat bananas in front of them Frenchies. And oh, the white boys danced that night. Handed out leaflets with that boy's picture on. They called him Moonshine, King of the Monkeys. And when we slit his throat, you know that fool asked us what he had done wrong? My daddy told me we need to turn our backs on his kind, Wilkie. Cut rank with the chitlins, the collard greens, the cornbread style. We are men, soldiers, and I don't intend to have this race cheated out of its place in history and respect in this war because of fools like CJ. You watch everything he does. Everything.
I watched it. Sarge couldn't wait. That's all he could talk about. CJ this, CJ all the time.
Well, why didn't you pick Peterson? They fought.
They fought all the time. Sarge, he liked Pete. Pete fought back. He admired that. He promoted Pete. He thought he'd make a fine soldier.
What was Peterson's reaction when CJ died?
He was sad like everybody else. He was the one that organized the protest that busted up the team. But after that, he didn't say much. He just kept to himself for Smalls.
What time did you get in the night Waters was killed?
Around 9:45. A couple of us had been at the Colored NCO Club, came back, listened to the radio. I played checkers and then I went to bed. I didn't mean to do what I did, Captain. It was a Sarge. He promised me my stripes.
Private Wilkie, I'm placing you under arrest.
All right.